2015 Nissan Armada, key for programming. Oh shit. It's the turn style knob. This thing is very problematic, but we are going to find out. So I have the feeling that the customer made a mistake on ordering the key. I already let them know that if they order the key, I'm gonna charge them for labor regardless of it working or no. The reason why I think this is not the right key, I'm not sure yet, is because I don't see a chip in this key. It's supposed to have a chip with this style ignition. So we are going to try to program the remote by itself. First of all, let's get VVDI. No, I can program the remote if the remote is good. Okay. Turn this off. Ignition on. We are going to select our vehicle, Nissan. Automatic selection. Hazard. Ignition's already on. All right, emo programming. I'm going to verify that there's a key cut here. And there is a key cut. So I'm going to try to program the remote, the smart key. So first of all, I want to take a report of that because I see a lot of DTCs. Those are past DTCs, tire pressure, so nothing to worry about. But the smart key system has a code. CAN communication circuit 39 times. This is a serious code about a computer that is having maybe a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase all that and I'm going to rescan it to make sure that no codes comes. Battery voltage is at 1168. That's good enough. Everything look green, so let's go ahead and do emo learning, and we are going to do BCM learning. Actually, we are going to do smart key learning. This ignition type is called a knob style smart key, so we're going to cut here. Smart remote control learning. This is the remote control and this is the blade. Since I'm not sure that the blade is right, we're going to try to program the remote control. Insert the program small mechanical key to turn the ignition switch on. Well, it seems like it requires the key to be cut, so I am going to cut the key and then I'll come back to it. Good, we got a right cut. I'm going to switch the key. Okay. This is the cut key. This is the original key. Let's go ahead and try it in the door. You can see it works fine. And we are going to try it in the ignition. See? But the key is not programmed, so it's not going to turn the ignition until it's programmed, okay? So let's try to program this key now, assuming there's a chip in it. It is supposed to have a chip. I'm not quite sure if they have a chip in that one, but they ordered their own keys, which is fine, but those keys are so complicated that a lot of time one may order the wrong key. So this is the original and this is the good key. So I'm gonna go back to the car and we are going to place the original key here. Has a Nissan sign, and we are going to place the key to be learned here. So in order to program this the right way, you have to understand that this work in pairs. If you gotta program this smart key. When the scanner asks you to insert a program key, actually what the scanner should say is insert the programmed key that came with this smart key. So if the scanner is prompting you to insert the program key, and let's say for example this is programmed, you insert this key and you try to program this key, when this one was already programmed with this, it's not going to work, because on Nissan systems all keys get relearned again. So this is a learned key. You will see if you insert it, the system detects it and will allow to turn the ignition, as you can see over there. Okay, so I want to show you what I meant by this. So I insert a programmed key and I'm about to program this smart key. So we're going to say, okay, do you want to erase all original remote control? First of all, I would say no. In the vehicle, press unlock button. And I am pressing unlock. And it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. Okay? So which means that this remote is not detected by the system. This is the wrong remote. Now let's try something else. We're gonna try to program this key and pair it with this remote, assuming that both are the right key. But I have the feeling it's not the right key. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect this, because this is gonna roll forever. I'm going to have to restart this, reboot. Meanwhile, I will remove this from the ignition. And this is what I was telling you. This was programmed using this key. This is supposed to be programmed using this key. So we're gonna have to do a guided learning and relearn everything together, meaning it's going to erase this that is already programmed to the system and relearn it, and is going to try to relearn this one. If the procedure fails on this one, it means that the customer got the wrong key. Success. So we are going to start this all over again. Accept, Nissan. Automatic selection. The hazard light is already turned on. We're gonna switch it off and switch it back on. And we are going to open and shut the driver door, just to make sure that all systems are awake and the ignition is turned on. We are going to wait until we reach the 100%. Then we're going to start back up. 100%. We're going to scan again the system. Everything is green. The system looks healthy. So we are going to do add key guided. Add blade key guided. Start. Execution of this function will erase all learned keys of the vehicle. Prepare all keys of the vehicle. At most 4 keys can be learned. Do you want to continue? Yes. Turn off the ignition. Turn it off. Turn on the hazard light. Is already on. Open and close the driver door again. Okay. Uh-oh. I dropped the key right there. Oh, I hate this. Gene. Man, I was so close I didn't think about moving the seat. The seat is all the way backward anyway. Fishing the key back up. Okay. Now, you got the pin, insert the blade and turn the ignition on. This is the learned blade, but it's already erased at this time. Insert and turn the ignition on. Click OK. Success. Turn off the ignition and wait at least 5 seconds, then remove it. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Remove the key. Say OK. Insert the blade to be learned. Turn on the ignition and wait at least 5 seconds. Is the security indicator in the dashboard on? This is where you have to pay attention. Look at this key is erased. It was working earlier, but it's about to be reprogrammed to the system. So we are going to insert it. When I turn it on, watch the dash is going to flash 5 times. Do you see the flashing 5 times? It was right there. I said yes. So this blade key is programmed. Do you want to program the next one? We're going to say yes. Turn off and wait at least 5 seconds. Turn off. Put it right next to a smart key. Wait at least 5 seconds. We're almost 5 seconds now. Now we are 5 seconds. This is the customer extra key purchased online that we are going to program to. Turn off. We're going to say OK. Insert the blade key to be learned and turn the ignition on. Let's see if the ignition acts the same way. Insert. And it flashed also 5 times. So say yes. Program success. Continue to program. The next one we're going to say no. Turn off the ignition and wait at least 5 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Insert a blade key and turn the ignition on. We are going to use the first blade key that was learned. Insert it, turn the ignition on. Security 5 times. So this completes the programming on the keys. Turn off the ignition and wait 5 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Remove the ignition. So at this point, it seems like this key is a good key. So both keys are supposed to be programmed, okay? So learning complete. Verify if each key can start the vehicle. So we are more worried about this. Let's insert this in the ignition. It turns, the vehicle starts. So this is a good key. Now I'm confident that they got the right remote. So we're going to turn it off, put it right next to his fob. This is the original bladed key that we erased and relearned. It's perfect. Now we are going to put it right next to it. What do we need to know now is learn the